5 lights on, 5 lights off. LFG. Double R Lawrence gets a good start. Defy, not so good of a start. Slots back into second place. Fighting back here between Sketchable and Victor Chouse as promised. Both on the medium tires. Well, I'm sorry, we just got right into it there. No formation lap here tonight, so no intro. I guess we'll just go ahead and tell you. My name is DonutPuncher272, joining you live as always, late here on a Friday night on the East Coast for Friday Night Lights, presented by, what are we presented by? Oh yeah, Formula Worldwide Leagues. I'm joined by Massive Noogies. Massive, are you out there?
Yeah, I'm, it's a little cold start without the formation lap, but I'm here.
Yeah, I didn't like that very much. Did you?
I didn't like it at all.
That's not racing, is it?
Oh.
Crofty and Martin Brundle need some time to set the race up, and we didn't get that time. We'll have to let Ted hear about that whenever we talk to him later on in the race. But for now, let's get to it. This is bad, Massive. Double R Lawrence with a 1.5 second gap already. We should take a look at the tars. That might have something to do with it. Indeed it does. Double R on the soft, Defy on the hards. Interesting strategy there. As Victor Chouse and Sketchable continue to fight all the way through, Victor Chouse loses out badly. 2 positions at once. Chaos Corrupted moves up into 4th place. I don't think I've ever seen Chaos Corrupted this high. And look at this. We got more fighting up here between Chaos Corrupted and Sketchable. So Chaos Corrupted getting a move on here with these soft tires. Tries to go around the outside of Sketchable. Almost gets it done, and he does it. Oh boy, there is Defy. He said in the Discord that he was going to crash at some point, and that came true before the 2nd lap was done. Oh dear, Massive. Well, he's going to be on the back of the screen now for you, Massive. He's a perfect guy for Massive Twitch channel. You want to give that a shout out, Massive?
Yeah, it is twitch.tv/Massive Noogies. And you can see that old Patrick Duffy didn't take it step by step like we had advised. Now he's at the back of the grid.
Well, that's perfect though, Massive, because he'll make perfect fodder for Massive TV. Because you know, Massive, when he has a bad race, he has a bad race. So you can imagine him wrecking at least another 2 or 3 times tonight.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And being behind Scar, I think he's going to be stuck in 16th for the rest of the race unless there's any safety cars.
Yeah, I totally agree. I expect to see Scar way up there, moving through the field, scything through all these inferior drivers in front of him. Inferior drivers such as H.E. Pennypacker, the Breadman, Fakasha, Novocaine. Where'd he come from, Massive? I think you shamed him into racing tonight.
Yeah, he just showed up there, I guess towards the tail end of qualifying. Saw his little name pop up. And he just sat in the grid.
Little name.
sat in the garage, or as the Euros would say. You go ahead and say it.
Sat in the garage?
The garage. That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, did not participate. I don't think he participated.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. I think he in the chat he was talking about Caitlin Clark, that she was cooking. So it looked like he was watching some women's college street hoops, and perhaps that game was over and he decided to come hang out with the boys. No doubt his girlfriend encouraged him. Novocaine's girlfriend. I'm sure you're out there watching him race. Doing pretty well so far. I mean, I'm sure he started at the back of the grid, so moved up to 10th place. That's not bad. She has really got him moving through the field right now.
Yeah, if you're out there, we've got our Twitch stream up, twitch.tv/Formula West Leagues. Drop us a line. Give us some content.
Well, Novocaine is going wheel to wheel right now with the Moldy Dragon. Oh, they came very close to disaster happening, but Novocaine comes out worse, and that goes from 10th to 13th in the span of a sector as H.E. Pennypacker moves his way through, and now he moves ahead of the Moldy Dragon as Fakasha now finds himself in 10th place. Oh, no, and someone has spun out there. It looks like Senior Heat Gang. Senior Heat Gang has spun out. Uh-oh. Spun out. Spun out. And then he just went through a styrofoam board. Styrofoam is everywhere. Don't you know that's not going to biodegrade, Heat Gang? You can't just break those things.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be there forever, Massive. That's a forever chemical, a forever plastic, if you will. And now he's back here hanging out with who was he hanging out with? Oh, Scarthers. Oh, something must have happened to Scarthers, Massive, because Defy's ahead of him. Shit.
Well, I think he got pushed out of the way. That was the only way that pass was happening.
Yeah. So we've got a nice little battle back here between the HE Pennypacker, Moldy Dragon, and Novocaine fighting for that final point. Go back to the front here where we have Victor Chouse and Sketchable still getting it on. Oh, and someone behind him. Yep. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Junior Correa. He's got some big problem. Big problem. We have got a local yellow. He is facing the wrong direction. Part of his body is on the track. I saw some carbon fiber, although his wing looks to be mostly intact. Oh, no! Oh, boy. He almost came to blows there with Scarthers. Junior Correa pulls off to the side of the track, and he is disqualified from the session. That is a very weird ending to the night for Junior Correa. It looks like he is parked right. I was going to say that's probably not in the spot. It's not in the spot where Jules Bianchi unfortunately crashed. Do you know where that is on the track, Massive? What part of the track?
Somewhere in the gravel pit. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it was somewhere out there. Either way, we get back to the racing here. So Sketchable now in second place after the untimely demise of Defy a few laps ago. Victor Chouse following in hot pursuit. Everyone up here for the most part on the medium tires except for Double R Lawrence. He has the he has the what would you call that? The luxury of not really having to worry about tire choice. So fast is he especially now that Defy is out of the race. Another impressive performance here by Sweaty Randall. Massive Spicy Noogies in 5th place. What do you say about that?
I synced it. You know, I followed along with him. I think he was the first one to set a lap. 27.4 if I recall. I was like, whew, man, that's fast. And we ended the session with a 26.1 by that crap head in first. Unbelievable.
A nice little battle here between the Novocaine and the Moldy Dragon. Massive, I was on board actually for Double R Lawrence's one of his laps, and it was just, I mean, this guy is really, really, really good, isn't he?
I don't even want to give him attention anymore. Let's move on.
Oh no, Novocaine. He showed up late, and that's what you get, Novocaine. Comes in cold, comes in rusty, loses his front wing. Probably losing all will to live right now as he falls back into the field. He's going to have a very, very painful in-lap, but fortunately for him, he has caused a safety car. That is kind of ridiculous, but it does give Novocaine's girlfriend a chance to get her strategy hat on. I would imagine she's going to be cooking up a a pit stop here. What do you think Double R Lawrence does here, Massive? Dip in for some horde tires?
I mean, he may as well just come in and throw some wets on. Make it hard for himself.
Yeah.
Jump in the safety car. Finish the race in that.
You know, he does present a different strata of driver in this series that perhaps they might think about going to realistic performance in the seasons to come. But I'm glad he's here because I do enjoy watching him race, especially his onboards. He is fantastic. But now he is about to make the decision, and we'll follow along with him. Is he going to go into the pits or not? He does indeed go in for what you would imagine is going to be a set of horde tires.
Everybody coming in.
Indeed, and everybody's coming in. Interesting. So everybody's going to forego the tire advantage they would have had later on in the race. Very interesting.
Oh, look at this.
I would have thought, Massive, that some people would have stayed out.
Schmers. That's my boy. Staying out.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
So he's going to be a little bit of a block here for Sketchable and Victor Chouse. A little bit of a buffer for Double R Lawrence, as if he needed that.
Testing, testing.
So it looks like almost the entire grid has gone in. Our back markers, who had suffered problems earlier in the race, are now getting a chance to fix their automobiles, get some fresh tires, and catch up to the back of the grid. Defy, back up into 10th place. He already has a penalty. Oh, Defy.
Oh.
So let's reset here, Massive. What do you think?
Teddy Pendergrass, what do you got?
You hear me?
We got
Hello?
I guess not.
Yeah, Ted.
Can you hear me? Am I having technical difficulties?
Yeah, no, we can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay, sorry. Yes. So I've got a couple of things to chime in here while we have the safety car. You were asking about the location where Jules unfortunately sustained injuries that eventually led to his unfortunate death is in the Dunlop curve between turn 7 and 8. And this year marks the 10th anniversary of his passing.
Mm-hmm.
So now that we've made everybody sad, but we should recognize that he was a talented driver and unfortunately succumbed to injuries while racing. I have some news about Season X for this year's. This is the last run on F123, and we decided to bump up the season to 12 races. So we had a couple of off weeks that we filled in, and we pushed up the last 2 races to occur before F124 comes out on the 31st of May. So next week, instead of having another off week, we'll be heading to Singapore before we go to China for round 7. So a bit of news there regarding the league.
What's the plan for season X?
11. Season 11. Well, first of all, we're going to go back to just plain simple numbering, so I don't confuse people anymore. Season 11 will probably start somewhere maybe middle to end of June, depending on how bugged the game is on release. Otherwise, we'll just get back into it in July and start season 11 at that point.
Excited. Donut,
Yes.
Ted, well, thank
Yes.
you. Is
And,
anything else, Ted, you need to
yeah,
share with
yeah,
us right before we go
actually-
in here for the safety car?
Gifted is not here tonight. He's at Disneyland again for the 36th time, I think. Or whatever Disney park is in California. But as he being one of only 5 drivers who's been here in the league since season 1, back on F1 2020, I've started to pull out all the archive data. So keep an eye out in the very near future. I'm going to be revealing some statistics on the amount of races, and this season, provided that Gift returns, he will surpass his 100th race in FWL, which is kind of fitting given this is season 10. I myself have already surpassed 100 races, but unfortunately I've actually lost some data over the seasons with the divisions 2 and 3, WTF and TNC. And that's where I started racing, or dropped to racing after I dipped out of FNL for being too slow. And yeah, so it'll be interesting. Other OGs are Joban, Gas Girl, and TTB, who are both in WTF Division 2 as we go green. I've talked too much. I'll hand it back to you, Donut. Maybe I'll drop in later on.
Cheers, Senor Ted. So as you saw there on the screen, Sketchable wasting no time getting past that roadblock that is known as the Schmers. Victor Chaus now trying to do the same all up his butt as we go through the S's here on lap 9 of 27. The laps are flying by. A third of the race is already gone. We've seen a lot of spins, a lot of broken car parts. We've seen a yellow flag, a safety car period. Uh-oh, the Schmers goes wide. Victor Chouse is going to take advantage of this immediately as he goes now into third place. So massive, as I said before Ted dropped in, a little bit of a reset here. What do you see here for the rest of the race?
Scar's making his way. Yep. What we got? All eyes on Scar.
Eyes on Scar. We're gonna have to keep some eyes on Defy, even though he does have a penalty. He's got the medium tire, so interesting to see if he can go all the way. But right now he's making it work. Moves his way up into 7th as he goes into 130R. Coming through the final corner now, a second behind. Nope. Check that. 6/10 behind, making up all kinds of time on these hard runners here. Spicy Noogies, he's in 6th place, right behind Sweaty Randall. He's looking to have a battle. Looks down the inside, going into turn 1, thinks better of it.
Nova's
keep an eye on that. Oh no, Nova's in the pits. I wonder what kind of strategy Mrs. Nova is coming up with right now. That would see him going to the pits right after a safety car period had ended. That's a very interesting strategy from Mrs. Nova. Now that we mentioned Mrs. Nova, it makes me think of Mrs. Stormzy. Stormzy's not here tonight, unfortunately. You know, he's a very quick driver.
Look at this hairpin action.
Yes, Defy moves up the inside of Spicy. Spicy, I think, knows that those medium tires are no match. As now Defy goes past the Schmers, and he's looking to go past Sweaty Randall here, as well as they head down into Spoon. Well, Defy started this safety car period, I believe, in 10th place, and now is all the way up into 5th, about to go into 4th. Again, he has the penalty, so a lot of this is going to be for naught. But using these tires while he's got them, I wonder if he's going to go in later on and get a fresh set of softs. Maybe we'll have another safety car period. That will work to his advantage brilliantly. Absolutely brilliant here from Defy. Was in last place at one point in the race, now up into 4th, DRS enabled. Here we go. So let's see if Defy can make its way up to the top 3 and at least cause a little bit of chaos. Speaking of chaos, Victor Chouse here in 3rd place, a 2.5 behind Sketchable. Almost 3 seconds behind after 2 laps. Yikes. What can you say about that? Blimey. Nice little battle here between... H.E. Pennypacker ran off the track there by the Schmers.
Another safety car?
And H.E. Pennypacker now runs off the track again. Oh, straight into the wall. Loses a big part of his front wing.
What the?
Actually, check that. The entire front wing. And TRL Drum is out of the race.
And Nova just came in
Nova
again.
came into the pits again for a fresh set of soft tires. This is interesting strategy here from Mrs. Novocaine, as now Chaos Corrupted is out of the race. What is going on here in Japan tonight?
Gotta be a safety. There it is. It's out there.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. So massive. It looks like Defy could go the rest of the race now without having to pit because of the safety car period. So this has worked out rather well for him.
So 2 things. First of all, we've got some communication from Nova. He says Moldy needs to be out of FNL. That's a hot take.
That is a hot take. Spicy hot. Why is he saying that, Massive? I assume that he thinks Moldy caused his multiple pit stopping?
Let's take a look at the race director, shall we? Let's shall. Scrolling down to the bottom.
Oh, interesting. Massive Defy went into the pits. And he puts on a new set of mediums, as did Sketchable.
Okay.
That's a little surprising, no?
Oh.
Interesting strategy. I guess they figured that everyone behind them would pit so they wouldn't lose too many places. The mediums will absolutely go to the end of the race at this point.
Oh.
So Victor Chouse and Sweaty Randall and Spicy and Fakasha says they'll take the track position. I don't know. It seems like a worthy gamble, no?
Why not? I don't know.
I think they both know they're not winning this race tonight, so why not have some fun, strap on some mediums, and have a go. At the very least, we know we will be watching some moves coming up here from Sketchable and Defy. Massive now seems like a good time, as ever, to have a little chat we like to call Cakes and Pies. Cakes and Pies. You said you had something to bring to the table. I can't wait to hear it.
All right, well, I don't know if I would call myself a Pop-Tart aficionado. Okay, maybe I am. There's a brand new flavor just hit the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that flavor is?
Mm-mm.
It's banana bread. Banana bread?
Yeah?
I've got it here in front of me. I haven't tried it. I waited until tonight, till this moment. There's some ASMR.
Massive. Are you one of these people who eats Pop-Tarts untoasted?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I mean, not that that's wrong. I prefer toasted Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, my wife thinks I'm weird for it, but I've been doing this my
I think
whole
either
life.
way
What
is
does she
fine.
know?
I mean, so you prefer it untoasted, Massive? Even with a toaster available?
No, toaster's good. I'm just too impatient. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
Gonna have it right now. All right, here we go.
All right, let's see. Live taste test, everybody, right now, of a banana bread Pop-Tart.
Can you hear me, Julie?
No.
So Massive is chewing right now, everybody, so just give him a second. Those chewing sounds you hear are Massive eating.
You have
I
to
don't
turn
even
off the
Pop-Tart.
noise reduction.
What do you think?
As a famous YouTuber once said, it's a definite buy.
It's a definite buy.
Interesting.
All right.
I wonder if
That's-
this special flavor will make its way to Canada.
Did you guys not get
Well, only time will tell, of course.
Yes.
Jim Cab, thank you, Massive, for the first ever live taste test. Jim Cab, please let us know what your Cakes and Pies is.
You know, we just keep falling back to old standards: homemade chocolate chip cookies and homemade oatmeal chocolate chip raisin cookies that Mrs. Jim Cab does a fantastic job of. Lately, though, I've been switching up my pathetic breakfast routine, and I've been getting myself pastries from a local Safeway. And my favorite this week was the I don't know what you call them. Are they? They're not turnovers, but they like they're roundish with a little bit of icing drizzle, and
Like
in
a
the
Danish?
middle, yeah, maybe it's a Danish that's got like the fruit in the middle.
Yeah.
Danish.
Those are fantastic.
They're very yummy. Yes. So
God, they're so good.
I've been having those for breakfast this week. Quite yummy. You know, nothing.
Well, very nice.
And you know what? I have to admit, the donuts at Safeway are fantastic. We're going green. So
We
am back
are
to you.
indeed. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Ted. As we do, in fact, go green, I just noticed we have a Ferrari 1-2. We had a Ferrari 1-2 last week in real life. That was weird. Probably not going to see that again this week, as Victor Chaus already wiggling his way through the S's, falling behind over a second, so that was quick. Sweaty Randall hot in tow behind Victor Chaus as he is falling further and further behind. H.E. Pennypacker is dead. H.E.
No.
Pennypacker is dead. All the cars have already passed him, so I can't even see his stricken body on the side of the track. We never will see him again. He's dead. He's gone. We have to move on. Very unfortunate. Looks like there is some hot racing action up here as Spicy Noogies falls a few places behind from where he started this green flag. Looks like we have some activity here between these medium and medium and hard runners as Fakasha Defy has made his way all the way back up here as a Sketchable using those fresh mediums. So they are hot on the tail of the front three. Massive. I think this tire strategy here by Sketchable and Defy was the right strategy?
I don't think they're going to win with it.
Well,
But-
I mean, if we only measure things by if you win, then obviously there's not really that many good strategies at all. You don't have to be that reductive, Massive.
I'm just saying.
I have a quick update from the back of the pack, by the way. Nova was very close to Pac-Man when Pac-Man spun. I was watching
Like
on
they were
board.
good
I did
friends?
not see contact, but they were very, very close in proximity, not in friendship. That's probably, if they had a relationship, that may be strained at this moment. And I did not see confirmed contact, but they were very close together when Pac-Man spun and went into the wall.
Well, Pac-Man has just left us a message on our Twitch. He says, Nova killed me. There you go. Not friends, and Nova's at fault.
Friends off.
So we've seen the termination of a friendship here between Novocaine and H.E. Pennypacker. We've seen the death of H.E. Pennypacker. He is unfortunately out of the race. Finishes in 13th theoretically, but he'll be unclassified. That's the technical term. So Sketchable looking to make the move, going side by side through 130R with Victor Chouse. Oh, that
Defi.
is dangerous. Victor Chouse goes
Look at Defi.
way wide. And Defi makes his way through as well. So now Victor Chouse has dropped 2 positions behind those medium runners, Sketchable and Defy, smashing their way through. I kind of wish Defy did not have a penalty here, because he is going to be fighting like hell with Sketchable. It's probably not going to matter in the end. I don't think he can make a 3-second gap, but he doesn't care. My God.
He doesn't care.
That was awfully, awfully close through turn 1. Massive. I think we're going to see a wreck here very shortly.
Well, so not long after the restart, Defi shoved someone out of the way. I don't know who it was. I think it was John Cena. And then it's possible, I'm just putting this out there, I didn't see it. I think he might have shoved Spicy out of the way too.
Yeah, so Spicy was one of those who stayed out for the track position. Not worked out for him. He's gone down to 11th place. He might need another safety car here to get himself back up through the grid. But we'll keep an eye on, for now, at the front here between Sketchable, Defy, and Victor Chouse. Defy is... he's fast, Massive, but he is a naughty boy.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no need for this type of driving. You're quick enough. You can make it happen.
Yeah. If you got to wait for DRS to open up, then, wait for the DRS. Massive, we have a tremendous intra-team battle here between the 2 Aston Martins, the Schmers and Moldy Dragon. Moldy Dragon has a fair amount of pace,
The moldy one.
as Defy uses that DRS. Defy makes the move on Sketchable. There he goes, up into 2nd place. I wonder if he can close this 2-second gap and go up to the front and wreck Double R Lawrence. That's what he's got on his mind right now.
I'm gonna wreck that motherfucker. Look at that. He just went from 2 seconds down to 1.6. That's impressive.
Well, he is on a hell of a charge right now.
Lawrence is on the hards, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 10-lap-old hards for Double R and 5-lap-old mediums for Defy, as the Schmers gets a 3-second time penalty as he has lost out to his teammate, the Moldy Dragon, pulling away from the Schmers, figuratively and literally. Balance of power switching in the Aston Martin garage. The Schmers comes into the season as the clear #1 driver. The Moldy Dragon says, not sure about that. Not sure about that. Defy continues to make some inroads here. 1.5 seconds now behind Double R Lawrence. Oh my God! Does he have enough? So Double R Lawrence has 38% ERS left. Defy with a meager 14%. So it's not going to be the ERS that's going to help him. He's going to have to do it with his hot racing talent. It's going to be tough. Doesn't have to defend from Sketchable here, so that helps out a little bit. Sketchable, I think, very wisely chilling in that slipstream, allowing Defy to drag him up to the front. So here we go.
Curtis.
This is where Defy can make up all the time. Makes up a couple of tenths here through the S's again. Very impressive. Oh, here we go, Massive. He is almost in DRS range. He is almost within striking distance.
Oh. Hercules. Getting there.
Lap 18 of 27. Again, this race is flying by.
Curtis may have given up a podium spot with that 3-second penalty, and he dropped back.
Yeah. He and Sketchable were having a go at each other in the chat. I don't know if you saw that before, Massive. Sketchable reminding Victor Chaus that he's never won a title.
Oh, he said I'm your daddy.
Yeah. Last I checked, you've never won a title, I believe is what Sketchable said. Diabolical. So Defy, here it is, Massive. As we come to the end of Sector 3 here, it looks like he's going to have it. It looks like he's going to have it. Come on. Yes, he has it, Massive. Crash incoming. Come on, Defy.
I think it's only right that if we end up interviewing Laurence after the race, we've got to let him know we were totally rooting for a crash. With him being the recipient.
PC, so we haven't been able to interview him yet. So we'll never have to face up to that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I love it for when the people aren't going to be interviewed and we don't have to be responsible for the things that we say.
I was briefly checking the standings. Oh shit!
Oh boy, Defy, careful, steady on.
Before the race started, and Laurence here has 3 wins in 4 out of 4 races. This being race number 5, and he's correct me if I'm wrong, Ted, but isn't he a reserve?
He is indeed a reserve driver.
Stealing my moves. Stealing my moves.
He's a bushwhacker. He's like Denny Hamlin coming down to the Busch Series and winning all the goddamn races. A Mark Martin, if you will. Look at this, Massive. He's 6 tenths behind. He could have a go here down into turn 1.
Sketchy.
Oh, I am rubbing my hands together in delight.
Sketchy
Here
can
we
ruin
go,
this.
Defy. Yes! Come on, Defy! Come on! 3 tenths behind now in the slipstream. DRS wide open. Is he going to take a look down the inside? No, he is not going to take a look down the inside. Fiddlesticks. Maybe next lap. Sketchable wisely hanging back here in third. He knows exactly what's going to happen here. He's rooting for the same thing we are.
Yeah,
Victor Chaus back here in fourth, as Massive said, giving up on life. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, especially since Sketchy was talking about how he's rusty, he's not going to make the podium tonight. Sandbag Sketchy once again.
Yep, as ever, Sketchable talking down his own chances.
Yeah.
And as you see him on the screen here, following hotly in the behind the tailpipe of Defy and Double R Lawrence, on for a win, acting like he had no chance. Sandbag and butthole. That's Sketchable.
See how much better of a race we have when Laurence is on a tire that the other drivers aren't on. This is great.
And you combine that with Defy being the one chasing him down.
Yeah.
So that 3-second penalty isn't really going to hurt him very much now that they have pulled away from the rest of the field. It will cost him a spot on the podium. He'll go from second to third as he Tokyo drifts his way through that final corner, ruining any chance he had of making a move on Double R Lawrence this lap. Sketchable, though, he's mildly interested. He's going to think about going around the outside. Oh, he is going to go around the outside. Oh, no, he thinks better of it. Defy. Ooh, it wasn't totally naughty, but it was a wee bit naughty as Defy now is just losing grip. Looks like those tires have given up. He's pushed too hard, although he does get it back together again and stays within 4 tenths of Double R. That was close there, Massive. That was very, very close.
Yeah, I
Defy's
think,
mediums are at 36%, and Laurence's hards are at 43%. But the crossover point for the mediums is probably pretty quick here. He's Defy's at 9 laps. Those medium start to drop off.
Scarthurs gets a
Tire
3-second
chat.
penalty that takes him off the podium.
That's he's having a nice little battle back here with his friends Fakasha and Spicy Noogies. So Spicy Noogies in the final points position back here in 10th place. Did the wrong strategy. He's on the old hard tires.
Ooh.
So Defy, can he not Tokyo drift his way through the final corner? Again, not really the exit he's looking for. He, again, is not going to have a chance to make a move here on Double R. And it looks like the opportunity has been lost for Defy. He has really got to knuckle down here, focus, and just run into the side of Double R Lawrence. Oh, I got a little bit of fighting back here between the Schmers and Senior Heat Gang. Novocaine made his way back up here into 11th place on, big problem between the Heat Gang and the Schmers. Schmers doing some lawn mowing activities back there in the first part of the S's. So he's dropped down to 12th place. The Schmers said earlier tonight that he was not going to be using the racing line. I'm not sure that's the problem for his bad race here. I think he's just had a bad race. He's been caught in the wars with some folk. Scarthurs, with that accident, moves up to 11th place. 1 spot out of the points. That would be huge, massive, huge. If Scarthurs could get himself a point, he would throw himself right back into championship contention.
Hey, this might be it. Look at Defy's ERS. He's not using it to close the gap, though.
You're right, he is not using it to close the gap. That gap is only 4/10 right now. If he can just get a good final corner here, it looks like he's managed to do so. Here we go. Okay, so now is the time to turn that overtake on. The DRS is wide open, a hot, steamy blast all over his face.
Here we go.
Double R Lawrence goes defensive. Defy goes around the outside. Here we go. Around the outside of turn 1. Defy, can he hold it? Can he hold it? No, he can't hold it. Double R Lawrence survives.
Still plenty of opportunities.
Still plenty of opportunities. Defy didn't use all the DRS he had. He has more at this point than Double R Lawrence. So Double R Lawrence feeling the heat. I don't know if you remember a few laps ago, Massive, but he had way more ERS than Defy did. But he must be feeling the heat a little bit because clearly he's been using some of it.
Yeah, speaking of, Sketchy is, I think he's abusing his just to stay close.
Yeah.
Curtis has
Yeah, so, you know, when we talk
off.
about, yeah, he's dropped off badly. The tire strategy from Victor Chaus, 1 was incorrect, but 2 shows you the amount of drop-off for Victor Chaus shows you how good Double R Lawrence is right now. That he's somehow able to keep Defy and Sketchable behind him.
Oh, there's the ERS. He's close.
Oh, he is very, very close. Is he too close to be able to keep it going in the right direction here around the final corner? Nope, he's not too close. Look at this.
Not going to get better than that.
It's not going to get better than that. So he starts the final corner, exits the final corner, less than 3/10 behind, goes down the inside, turns on the ERS, turns on the DRS, and Sketchable looks to make the move at the same time. Sketchable down the inside of Double R Lawrence. Oh my goodness. Sketchable, that sandbagging son of a bitch. And these two are fighting out. Oh, Double R Lawrence has gone around. Double R Lawrence has gone around. That looked like a racing incident to me. Sketchable now up into second place. Sketchable now. If he can get back within DRS, he can hang on to the back of Defy. He's going to win this race. Oh, Massive, what have we just seen? What have we just seen?
I mean, Laurence has been driving smart, but I know it's a tough pill to swallow, but he needed to back out, and he chose not to.
Oh my goodness. Drama here at the front of the field. It looked for all the world that Double R Lawrence had this race sewn up, but Defy and Sketchable said not tonight. We will not go down without a fight. And they slammed their way through the field on their new fresh medium tires. They got to the front, and Defy, lap by lap by lap, eventually made his way up behind R. Lawrence, sprung an attack on lap 24, and ultimately put R. Lawrence in a compromised position that led to him crashing with Sketchable. Oh my goodness.
And neither of these front runners have any ERS.
That might have been the moment of the season, Massive.
We need
So
more.
R. Lawrence is still going to finish in third place, but we're going to have a new winner here for the first time in like a month.
Who's sketchy?
Well, I mean, someone besides R. Lawrence.
Oh.
Not
Yeah.
a new winner.
Yeah. Sketchy's got a little breathing room. Obviously 3 seconds for old Pat Duffy, so Sketchy just needs to stay in that 3-second window.
You would imagine he'll be able to do that. Massive, my eyes are drawn, my gaze is averted from the front of the field back here to Scarthers, again still in 11th place, losing a little bit of time through the S's there. Oh man, I don't think he's going to make it, Massive. We need someone to crash in front of Scarthers to get him that championship point. Who would we pick out of these 10 drivers to crash?
Let's go with Moldy, because he needs to be out of FWL.
Moldy, we're sorry.
According to Nova. So let's go with Moldy.
We'll go with Moldy. So, Moldy, we are wishing for your untimely demise here in the final few laps.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. Nothing personal. Massive, my eyes are also drawn to Novocaine. He's made his way up to 7th place. He has huffed and puffed and ended up with the 7th place. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, we had, 2 safety cars?
Yeah.
So in a
I
span
think
of...
he made at least 5 pit stops.
Yeah. Spicy might be making an overtake.
Yeah, here we go. We're on the main feed here with Spicy and Senior Heat Gang. Spicy doesn't look like he has enough to go down to make the move into turn 1. Not sure what he's waiting for. He has a shed load of ERS. Chooses not to use it now. Looks like he's going to make a final lap attack on Senior Heat Gang. Back up here at the front, Sketchable keeping that gap nice and warm. No problems there, nice and toasty. R. Lawrence falling further behind. Those hard tires have had enough. Although Sweaty Randall has been able to hang with the Moldy Dragon up here.
Thought you just did
So
a
maybe
Dana
those-
Carvey impression.
Did I?
It sounded like
Not,
Dana
Nah.
Carvey doing George Bush.
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
The tires have had enough. I can't do it like you did.
Yeah, so Sweaty Randall and Moldy Dragon here having a little bit of a battle going into the final lap. Novocaine falling off. 15-lap-old soft tires. Those might be on the verge of puncture. So Novocaine might have to take her easy here in the final lap, as Senior Heat Gang in the background there is thinking about making a move. But now he has to worry about the sexual advances of Spicy Nuggies as they go down into the final couple of corners here. Spicy
Spicy.
Nuggies surely going to make the move. Surely going to turn on that ERS.
Here it goes.
Hit the button, Spicy.
Go.
Come on. Let's go, Spicy. Opens up that back wang.
Ooh.
Senior Heat Gang does not defend. He lets it happen. He just lays there and takes it. Spicy Nuggies up into 8th place. Nice little race for Spicy Nuggies tonight. Proud of you, Spicy Nuggies.
I don't know what his best placement so far has been. Let's check the standings.
8th is pretty good, though, for him.
Don't patronize him.
I'm not patronizing him. This league is hard. It's ridiculous.
Spicy's best finish this year was 7th place.
7th.
All right, so this is good. This is good. No penalties as well for Spicy, so keeping it clean. That's improving. He is improving. I'm telling you. This is making him a better driver.
You got me. He's all over Nova. You got it.
He is all over Nova, so he's going to make the move up into 7th place.
And Sketchy
this
Bull
is
has
Easily his
won.
best
Familiar.
ever finish. Yeah, Sketchable has won the race. He crosses the line second behind Defy, but of course the penalty moves Defy back into 2nd place. Double R Lawrence back here in 3rd, but let's give a proper congratulations to Sketchable. Sketchable wins the Japanese Grand Prix. Complaining in the Discord earlier that he was going to have a terrible race. Uh-huh. Sure. Sure you are. You lying sack of shit. Sketchable with the win here in Japan.
And
Heat
look
Gang
who's
says,
driver of
"Man."
the day.
Defy wants to be on the podium interview here tonight, so we will talk to Defy if we can. I believe I can. I think I can invite him if he is on his sex box.
It was
So
kind of funny.
let's find some people to interview. Let's invite to the podium. Interview. Let's get Sketchable, obviously. We'll get Defy here in a second. Victor Chouse would be the other one. So let's see if Victor Chouse joins us. Got Defy. I think I have Defy somewhere on my chat request or something like that. Defy. How do I view gamer time? Let's invite Defy. Invite to my party. Alright, so we got 2. So actually, so we have the we got the first 2. Who would you like to invite?
I thought I wasn't allowed to choose.
You're allowed to choose.
Let's bring Nova in here.
Ooh, I was gonna. Can I make a suggestion? Oh, Victor Chouse has joined the party. All right, we'll have Victor
Man,
Chouse in here.
Shit.
You know what? What's crazy is I was actually going to suggest we have Scarthers for one of his best all-time finishes, but Victor Chouse has robbed Scarthers the opportunity to get himself on the podium interview. What a selfish bastard. So let's start with our winner tonight. And before we do, of course, gentlemen, please make sure all your boxes are checked, your T's are crossed, your lowercase j's are dotted. As I said, your winner tonight, Sketchable, you sandbagging son of a bitch, complaining in the Discord earlier that you were going to, I don't know, maybe finish 10th, something like that. But here you are,
No.
top step, another W.
Unexpected W, to be honest. Yeah, I really have nothing to say other than just kept myself in the fight and wait for everything to unravel.
Well, tell us about the unraveling, because it was in a battle with you, in a battle with you at Double R Lawrence came off worse. Talk us through that moment. What did you see from your point of view?
In the moment, I went to his inside. I gave as much room as I could, and then I decided not be aggressive, but try and give him a little squeeze on the exit of 2. But then going down to 3, I thought he'd back out because he wasn't like wheel to side pod, and that's usually when you allow space. But I gave him a little space anyway, and looks like he tapped the back of my side pod near my rear wheel and spun himself. I'm not gonna get into whose fault it was, but I think it's a racing incident. He was a little too far back anyway. He was a lot closer. I would have definitely given him more room.
Well, that will, of course, go to the stews. But for now, Sketchable, you are the race winner, and based on what we saw, I think that's probably going to stand. Congratulations on your win here tonight, and as ever, I'm sure we'll talk to you next week.
Let's hope so. Thank you.
Indeedly do. So now we go to our second place driver on the night, Defy. Defy, what an eventful race for you. At one point, you were second. The next moment we look, you're in last place, and then at the end of the race, you end up in second. How the hell did that happen?
Well, honestly, I was not prepared for this. I've kind of stopped playing the game. I think I have like 5 hours in the past 2 weeks or something like that. So I wasn't prepared for this race at all. And going to quali, I had a decent lap, but in the race, I just spun. I wasn't used to the hards at all, so it was a skill issue. I got so close to retiring on track, but my friend told me just finish it, and I'm really glad I did.
Well, throughout the race, myself and Massive thought we might have seen you a couple of times hit a few people. Do you want to cop to maybe any contact that you might have made throughout this race that might have had a negative impact on others around you?
Okay, so right after the second safety car restart, I was following Sketchy through on a driver, and he slammed the brakes on in the middle of the corner. So I don't know whose fault that was. It may also be a racing incident. And then I think on the exit of a hairpin, I think it was Schmooze, got oversteer, and I may have rear-ended someone, but that didn't affect them at all. I don't think I really. I made slight contact, but it didn't affect their races in any way. I don't think.
All right. Well, is that it? Is there anything else you'd like to confess to while we're here, Defy?
On the last lap, I almost got a warning like 3 times and almost got a 6-second. So, yeah, that's it though.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, you survived your own mistakes throughout the night, Defy, to finish in second place in the race. We'll see what the Stews have to say after the race, of course. But for now, congratulations on your second place finish, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, of course.
So now let's go to what ultimately was our fourth place driver tonight, Victor Chouse. Victor Chouse, what I want to talk to you about is that second stint after the safety car. You were on those Horde tires. They were aging rapidly, and it seemed like you were struggling and having a very, very bad time.
Yeah, that's definitely the one thing. If I could go back and do it again, I would change. I just realized too late that Double R wasn't stopping in the second safety car because I didn't want to double stack again and lose some track position. I thought I would be able to make it to the end, and with how high the tire jag is around this track, I thought I might have had a chance to stay in the fight near the front, even on the old hards, because I thought the mediums would die that quick. I was wrong, but again, I can't go back and change it, so I'm happy with P4.
No, you can't go back and change it, indeed. And how do you feel knowing that you cost Scarthers a podium interview tonight?
I feel bad. When you said that, I almost left to get him in here. I know Massive would absolutely love to hear from his boy. So, Scarthers, I apologize. Massive, I apologize.
Scarthers, you hear that? Victor Chouse is sorry, and it sounds like it is a genuine apology. I think he means it. Victor Chouse, congratulations on your fourth place finish here tonight, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So before we go, as ever, Massive, is there anything that you would like to share with us before we say goodbye?
Yes, actually. Scar, if you want to be here, it's up to you, man. No, he's got to earn it.
No. You have to earn your way in here. You have to earn your way in here. This isn't just for everybody to come in here all willy-nilly. Scarthers, you will one day be in this podium interview room, though. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. But for now, maybe not. So that'll do it for us here tonight. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us, and thank you so much for everyone for coming back and watching later on. Thanks to Massive for joining me here tonight. Thanks to our podium drivers. Thanks to all of our drivers for showing up, 16 in all. Nice little turnout here after the week off for the celebration of the baby Jesus. We are racing, as you heard Ted say earlier, next week, so we will see you soon. I can't wait to see you. But for now, it's goodbye from me, DonutPuncher 272. Until next week, good night.